Hello there. So today I want to talk about the forgiveness meditation. So I've been doing an 8-week class that meets once a week on Mondays with the Mind Body Institute. And we've been learning different techniques to manage ourselves and feel whole. So we've learned about eating mindfully, visualization techniques, drawing, meditating, journaling. So it's been amazing learning all these skills through which I can express myself, express my emotions when I feel something is, going on with me. I have different ways I can express them. And today was our 7th class, and we learned something so powerful. We learned, so today was about spirituality, and we did 2 exercises. I want to talk about the second one, the forgiveness meditation. It was so powerful for me that I think it will also help other people to hear this. So in the meditation, the teacher of our group, she invited us to close our eyes, sit comfortably and close our eyes. Or lie down for those who wanted to lie down. I prefer to sit because in the first exercise I actually fell asleep lying down. So I decided to sit this time so that I would be fully present in the meditation. It was not even very long, but it was a forgiveness meditation where she invited us to imagine a chair opposite us. And in there, we bring someone we need to forgive. And she was telling us the script of what we could tell that person. I forgive you for, and then we would repeat it, and then we, after telling that person we forgive them, we bring that person closer to our heart and feel. She invited us to feel, I don't know her exact words, but it was so powerful. It was so powerful. And the second one, it was someone we needed to ask forgiveness from. So we would bring that person again into the chair opposite us, this imaginary chair, and then we ask them for forgiveness, and then we bring them closer to our heart. And then, that too was really super powerful. And the third one was in the chair, we put ourselves. So in the chair, we put ourselves, and then we ask ourselves for forgiveness. I forgive you for letting you down, for being a failure. It was so powerful. I'm just saying this so powerful because actually in the three exercises, I cried the whole time. It's not easy for me to cry, but this made me cry so much because I struggle so much with forgiveness. And this exercise, I will repeat it again. I'm sure I will put in the show notes some forgiveness meditations so that you can try it on your own. But it's really, for the first one, I recently lost an uncle who was very abusive to me when I was a child. So I'm still very, very hurt by it. And I was telling him that I forgive him. And it made me cry so much because in that instant I could feel it. When she said, you bring him closer to your heart, I could feel it. And I forgive him. I see that he was just a young adult and he was not ready to be a parent, and so just that I was already crying and asking for forgiveness. For me, what came up straight was asking my great-grandmother for forgiveness, because I was raised by my great-grandmother for, I think, 5 or 6 years, from when I was 3.5 to, I don't know, 8, 9 or something. And because it was my first big abandonment, I was abandoned with her. She was very old. So I was very rebellious. I wouldn't listen. I would go walk in the forest. She was so old that she walked with a walking stick and she was bent. And every night they were looking for me. I wouldn't come home. It was really a lot for her. And at one point, it was decided that I would go to the city to live with my uncle because my great-grandmother couldn't handle me. I went to the city, and my uncle, I asked for, I was trying to forgive before. He was very strict with me, like very, very strict, physically abusive, very strict. But in his strictness, what I was forced to do too was, like, I had to sit in the evening, not talk unless I was spoken to. And then I had to have my books open on my laps. And because I did that every day, I started reading in my book. And I saw that the more I read, the better of a student I became. I became calmer. There was no way I couldn't run outside and do stuff. I was beaten if I did that. And then I realized how much trouble I had caused my great-grandmother. So I was preparing myself. I had this script in my head, turning. I'm going to go to the village as soon as the holidays, like school is out for the summer. I'm going to go and ask her for forgiveness. I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, Nanka, look, I don't even run into the forest anymore. I stay home and I read books. Look at me. But unfortunately, she died just before the big holiday. So I never asked her for forgiveness. And even though I was a child and I know it rationally, somehow I carry that pain of not, as if I don't forgive myself. And in that exercise of her sitting opposite me and me asking her for forgiveness, it was so, so powerful. I was crying. And of course, she accepted to forgive me. And the third one, that's where I cried the most. Me forgiving myself. And at the end, our teacher invited us to hug ourselves. And it felt really great. But I forgave myself, but I think it's something I have to practice, because years of blaming myself, blaming myself, being harsh to myself, being mean to myself, will not go away with one forgiveness exercise. But I recognize through the journey, if it was before, I wouldn't have been able to utter to myself in that chair that I forgive you. I forgive you for failing me. I forgive you. I wouldn't have been able to utter those words because I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I would be beating myself up. So I recognize the growth so I just wanted to share that because I just felt it was so, so, so powerful. And I didn't want to keep it for myself, and I want to share it. It was a few hours ago. So I waited a few hours to share with you. I hope some of you will take something away from that. Yeah. And I will share 1 or 2 forgiveness meditations in the show notes of this episode. So keep taking good care of yourself, and bye for now.